Hello there! Welcome back to another one. We're here to watch another gamer here. This one is Taffstaa's game, which, I'll let him introduce it in a moment, but I'm joined with me today by Taffstaaa, the man himself, the legend, and there he is. And Shadow Aspect as well has joined us today.
Furious after coming off the back of a arena loss.
Yeah,
so,
Babby was made to play arena, which is never a good place to be. So, Mama! Anyway, yeah, screeching to one side. Let's get to it, mate. So here we are.
Yeah, so this is my third ranked game of the day. I've been smashing some Britons recently, so that luckily, well, I've played one Arabia, one Arena, and another Arabia. So I see Britain's mirror match, and I panic a little bit, and that panic will be evident in the following scenes.
Oh, okay.
It's a really, really bad start from me.
All right. So on when I say 3, hit unpause.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So 1, 2, 3. There we are. Okay. So here we are. It's Taffstaaa versus Petrilla with the Britons.
You build houses, so it's not the most god awful start. I mean, some people build mills.
Yeah. No. Oh God, who would do that?
Triggered. It happened one time, guys.
Yeah, what? They've just got to be fed. You're a conscientious ruler. What can I say? And you flame me for saying.
I do, yeah. Well, I like it now.
Anyway.
All right, fine.
You like?
People
Okay,
can change,
that's good.
Matt. People
That's
can
fine.
change.
You've changed for the better, Ben. That's
One
good.
thing that really annoys me about this game. One thing that really pissed me off about this game is I don't find any. Well, spoilers, but I don't find any goats for ages.
Yeah. No, that is always frustrating when that happens. No word of a lie.
Sometimes it happens for you. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
maybe this time start herdable scouting.
Yeah, because that's the irony, is that like if you can manage it, scouting with your sheep is very good for finding your sheep.
Yeah, as we've been through this, I'm not that good.
yeah, but yeah, I mean it's up to you.
To be fair, I used to be too scared to lure a boar, so.
I found that I got better when I attempted things I never thought I'd have to care about. And even if I completely screwed it up first time round, at least I sort of you just practice and you just get better at it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, because very occasionally I'll still my goats will be exploring and we run out of sheep and we have Crisis DEFCON 1 under the town centre and everyone's starving and it's like a scene out of The Purge or something.
Oh, you just missed them there as well. The ones next to that, like Southern Gold.
Oh, is there one?
You're like 3 tiles away. So, I mean, one thing to think about is actually like being quite tight with the sort of vision of the scout.
Yeah, that's definitely something that
tighten up. So
I
you can
definitely struggle with
maximising.
No, you want to know what? No, I think his scouting rings are all right here. I think his scouting rings are fine. He's just being unlucky, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something to be conscious of, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Something to be conscious of.
So it's an interesting choice that you sort of just dive under, and we go straight in for the wood.
Are you really?
Taking food.
Dude.
So maybe you should have just gone straight to the berries.
Yeah, I mean, Britons really do get through their food very, very fast, don't they?
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's another thing as well, is that like you're not playing a very easy civ for this kind of,
Do I lose this villager? I can't remember.
Just as a.
Yeah, I do. So, bad start, tip number 2. First of all, I race through my goats.
Okay.
And then I lose a villager to the boar. And I think I lose 2 more to the boars.
As 2 aside, so do you know to garrison in the town centre?
Yeah. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, have to do it all the time. Just like that. That's going to be the thing we take away from this, because that is a play that will improve your play every single time. Because if you can just garrison your villager inside a TC, you will not ever lose a villager to a boar.
Yeah. Matt, if you check next to the eastern gold pile, horrible forward goals in your base.
Not a fan.
And to the fog of war, Ben missed out on those other goals by about a tile.
Oh,
2.
Yikes. I'm staying on fog of war because I want to see it. Also, just as an aside, Ben, if you send your villagers to go chop wood, I think actually there's something to be said about that, because you got through your sheep super, super fast. It's not that you lost any food there, it's just that you got it earlier. So actually going to collect wood is fine. You don't necessarily have to send them immediately to food. But make sure you deposit the wood into the town centre before you start shooting the boar, because otherwise all the wood that those villagers have gathered is lost.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh,
Yeah.
top tips.
There's the only time it doesn't get lost is if you send those villagers to build an economic building. So a mill, a lumber camp, a mining camp, or a farm. A farm works. You could have like arms full of gold, and if you build a farm, the gold is deposited as you build the
Instant
farm.
deposit.
Coming right up is villager loss number 2.
Also, oh no, this villager has 28 food in his arms.
I know.
Yeah, as another minor point,
I
if
just
you
forget. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm doing something, and I don't know. I think I'm scared. No, I'm not scouting. I have no idea what I did there.
Oh yeah, that's horrendous.
Yeah, make sure you deposit the food before
at this
you
point,
I
I genuinely nearly concede.
Yeah, understandable. You are not having a great time.
I'm not going to win this game now. Like it is done.
Let's see.
You are 2 vills behind.
2 vills
in
behind,
fairness, your opponent has lost a villager to the boar as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
You never know what's happening with your opponents. That's the thing. I mean, sure, you're 3 villagers behind. You know, it's not great.
It's not great.
So does he remember to build the house?
No.
Is that another thing that happens?
This is, and I can't stress this enough.
3, 2, 1.
I'm
Hey!
just like, who needs houses? I'm playing Huns, aren't I?
As a small thing, and it is a bit of a small thing, like I'd build 2 lumber camps. I didn't
know what wood to go for because I know he's Briton, so I think the northern one is too exposed and too far away from the TC.
It is very far away. I'm not used to seeing
you've been
wood lines
dealt
so far away.
Diabolical hand with your map here, though, as well.
I feel like I have, and then the one like to the east, like I don't know. I probably could have walled maybe to the sort of southern tip of it rather than the northern tip of it, but.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I will concede that you're in a bit of a rough spot. You do have a second backward. You could have maybe have gone there, and
so
then
small though.
It's all right. Like you shove a lumber camp in there, and it'll last you a little while. It's no bigger than. Well, okay.
Oh, nice trying to snipe the.
Yeah, I like to see it. I like to see it.
Very
and quick,
fast.
Nice and prompt ungarrisoning as well.
Yeah, that was good.
Not a fan of the villager on a fucking sheep rampage, but fair. That's fine.
Hey guys, look, I've said it's bad. Okay.
I feel like
so he goes to feudal.
Silence of the Lambs.
He goes to feudal now, and I'm like, holy moly.
Yeah, he has
I'm about to get shafted.
So, okay, so let's take a moment to see what he's doing, because I haven't actually seen what Red has done yet, so...
Yeah, he's got a pretty neat build order. He's put loads on gold. Like, he knows that he's doing an archer build. Weird archery placement next to the gold pile there, but...
No, that's good, to an extent. Like, don't get me wrong, he's trying to incorporate it into his wall, and it's also minimizing archer walking time. That's what he's doing. It means that he can like provide reinforcements to his main army very, very fast. So I get it. I dig it.
I mean, I like your walling, Ben, in general.
Oh yeah, your walling's pretty good. I'm a little worried about the northern wall. Like if he attacks that,
the bit that's closest to your opponent is the bit that goes up last as well. Which is a bit
for
scary.
sure.
But like. Thankfully, and you've walled forward enough that it's unlikely he'll be able to range the front gold with just archers. When a crossbow come along, in Castle Age, you might be up shit creek. But in Feudal Age, that gold line is pretty safe. Pretty safe.
And, he was a bit slow. He had a bit of idle time on TC there.
And he's still not, he's only just started building up. Oh no, he's got 2 archers. Okay, so he's doing. I think this is possibly a bit slow for him. He's going for 1 archery range, and I think. That's not. He's just not generating enough soldiers. That's my take.
So here's the crux of the question, Ben. Do you, knowing that your opponent is going to be building archers, go straight in for skirms? Or
I do, yeah, I do. Annoying that I didn't realise that there was a gap between the archery range and the wall.
It happens. Although.
Yeah.
Very thankfully, he doesn't seem to realise your villagers are there at all. So, okay, now.
So I sort of sacrificed this vill, and I'm just like this archery range needs to go up.
Oh, I need to say that archery range you just tapped there. That's almost like the worst of both worlds, because if he now just shoots that even twice, you then lose all 175 gold from that archery range.
No, that's
And
fair.
so if he just clicks on the archery range and goes, oh, he literally just tapped it, and then just like shoots it, and that's like an easy. He could just deny you 175.
And then
gold
I'm just
really
like
easily.
Flemish militia, go go go.
Well, to be fair, he didn't get fletching before leaving his base, so his
And
archers are
he's not
trash.
microing either. So.
No.
Yeah, and you had your skirms coming in, so that was absolutely the correct play.
Yeah, his archers are worse than useless until he has fletching.
So I mean, like, I would like to see your scout over at his base go and ping the single archer off.
Yeah.
Or at least
sure. I don't
even
think I
see
know
what
he's
he's
there.
doing. Yeah, just doing a
I
little
think
bit.
I think that does happen actually.
Oh, nice.
But I think the preemptive skirm build there was absolutely correct. You are a whole 10 villages behind at this point. Yeah, you've got 33%.
Look at that score as well. Like,
50%
he's
more
400,
you.
500 more score than me right now.
Yeah. I think there's just been a lot of idle time and a lot of boar deaths, but.
Oh,
Cheeky
Single
housing. Gotta love it.
Yeah. I think.
Good. You're quick on the house though. Ideally pressed up against the wall, but like.
I panicked. Okay.
That's fine. It's alright. It's alright. We're here to tell you the things that should become instinct eventually. So.
He has gone for a very greedy base.
Now, have you got? You haven't got fletching at this point, but that's okay. You've got some
I've only
skirmish.
just built the blacksmith, mate.
It's only just been
You've
built.
got blacksmith. It's right next to the second archery angle on the left.
Yeah, you built the blacksmith, which is absolutely the correct play.
Just noticed the Oppo has left his scout at the back of your base as well, which is inside
Yeah,
the wall.
he starts attacking the wall in a bit, and then you'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. I'll never tell.
I'll never tell. There you go. He's just like, I hate this wall in particular.
Yeah, this is vexing.
And that is a bit of a strange. I mean, is that just that's just to panic you to make the alarm bell go off? That reminds you you've got a scout, and then you go and take out his archer.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. I'm like, oh yeah, scouts. Oh, housed again.
Yeah.
Housing.
Yeah, like I say, how do I win this game?
Well, you're building the right army comp, which is a hell of a good start.
I mean, your opponent doesn't actually seem to be building units,
No, he's decided to play SimCity.
and he's also done an archery range towards the back of his base as well, which is curious. So you've actually got a way bigger army.
Yeah, it's especially as he's discovered that your gold is up front. He could have put a lot of pressure on you. Like he could have said, like, there's an alternate universe, right, where he just takes 4 villages and dumps a tower on your front gold. Like that, and that's a universe which isn't, and especially as like you're an archer civ. What are you gonna do about a tower on front gold? Like you can't do shit. So there's.
Your opponent still hasn't got fletching at this point as well.
Oof! Oh! It's like the most important tech in the game. For an archer civ, I mean.
Yeah, you come in and just he will now start to.
This is a super tiny thing, but I would have liked to see you climb the hill and shoot down the hill for the extra damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's a tiny thing. Oh, he sends the villager in.
And I like that there's constant production behind this.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
really good.
Of a mixed build.
Yeah.
So,
Whereas he's just going up to castle, like that's all he's doing at the moment.
Oh, which, to be fair, is probably the correct play if he manages it correctly. He doesn't.
I think he was going up to castle.
When he
irrespective.
hits, it's serious Brown Town.
Yeah, it's.
When he hits castle, I start to really panic.
And
But if you try building like multiple houses in, oh yeah, he just panic build a ton of houses, or at least you build them miles away from where your villages are.
Yeah.
So you have to walk all the way over.
just
there
build
to
them
start
like
building
what I tend to do as a quick tip. If I find myself housed, just use your farming villages. Just like
and they
build
go
a little.
to the furthest, well, one of the furthest ones.
Just use your farming villas and build like a little protective cocoon around your town centre. That's like what I do when I'm panic housing. It might be a useful sort of thing to like almost like drill into yourself.
So he goes straight for a second TC.
Yeah, he is really. This is the greediest fast castle. It's not even a fast castle. This is just the greediest castle age I've ever seen in my life. And like he knows you have so much military.
I love that you split up on two fronts though to kind of divide his attention. That's also really neat. So you've got two groups of. I mean, I'd like to see the northern group doing something, rather than being a menacing presence.
Yeah.
Oh, they look scary though.
They
Told to
do
put their
look
mean faces on.
Put some war paint on. And you're still producing. Like, I mean, I think producing units is enough to win these sorts of games.
100%. And especially he's just not. He's not building any military at all. At all. And like the thing is with the British, right? Most of your power spike comes from having a large group of archers that then turn into crossbow the second you hit castle age, right? He doesn't have anything to turn into a crossbowman. Like in his position, genuinely, and this is a weird place for the British to be. If I'm him, I build a stable.
Yeah.
I build a stable and generate.
That does actually come soon.
Yeah. And like I okay.
No, don't shoot the TC.
Not a massive fan of that play. But that's okay.
That wasn't me clicking on the TC, I want to make perfectly clear.
Did they just decide to go on a mosey?
Yeah, that was just them on their little mission.
Alright. Well, that's fine, Make sure...
do you deny this town centre?
I don't think so.
This is the problem with, like, Archer Skirm. Is that, like, the villagers... Yeah, it's very slow to kill villagers.
He just sends more to the slaughter.
This is good. This is bringing you back closer to parity on the villager front.
Yeah, you're only 5 behind now.
I am not producing though currently, which is frustrating.
Yeah, although you've got castle age resources now, so let's look at that bright side.
Ready.
I guess you merge your troops here.
Yeah, and you go for the castle age and merge your troops. I think you need to start emphasizing archer production over crossbow production at this point.
Over skirm production, yeah.
Because, like, skirms are great and all, don't get me wrong, but, like, the crossbows are what give you that offensive oomph. And also, like, as I said, like...
He's got 3 archers. He had 3 archers for...
And, like, you've sort of identified by wandering through his base that he doesn't have any military. So at this point, like, you need to be thinking, well, what will he build? And the answer is probably knights. And so, like, more archers means you can deal with those knights. I like that you're pillaging his woodlines, though. This is really tasty behaviour.
Yeah, he just has to keep... He's full-on eco-production mode. There are currently 13 villagers queued up.
One thing... So just as 2 things I'd want to mention is that I'd like you to start bringing your other army forward, but I also want you to keep the other army inside his base really safe. In fact, I'd even argue like maybe pulling them out a little bit is good right now, because what you want to do is hit that crossbow power spike. And you are the whole of 20 seconds away from that power spike. Until you hit that power spike, just 2 knights. 2 knights could probably wipe out that entire army of yours.
Yeah.
And then after that power spike, 2 knights probably won't even get in a melee range. Probably. I mean, there's a lot of skirmishers there, so maybe they do. But, you know, it's just...
Still, but like, I'm liking the gold stockpile. You're going to be able to just go straight into your crossbow.
Yeah.
And...
Cool. And then you want to immediately hammer the crossbow button and the bodkin arrow button. And perfect. Hammer some villagers, build a town centre.
Hammer some villagers. Hammer some villagers, Ben.
Ben.
Oh, there you go.
Ben. How's a 25 Vil?
Yeah, you know, we were, like a second ago we were where he's almost at parity, and then I suppose you decided to go up to castle, and he's
And I don't understand what like he has a lot of resources. Well, he doesn't have a lot of food, but he has a lot of wood. And like I don't understand why he's not building knights.
I feel like we've come up against a SimCity player. I mean,
I just like and there you are. You've got crossbow in, and now there is nothing you can do about that.
The scouts melts.
And you've got the new army coming down as well. Like you might want to get elite skirmisher as well, just so that your skirmishers aren't completely dead in damage.
Yeah,
but...
I just stopped building them shortly and just don't.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely correct. And then
with all the killing, the game's about to sort of flip on its head a little bit, and you're about to take the score lead.
With this aggression, you need. I think like one thing, and I said this in the previous game we played with each other. I think no, the game before last, and in this one I think it's doubly true. Forward siege workshop would mean the world right now.
It does come shortly, actually.
Oh, nice! That's what I like to see.
But it doesn't do it. Doesn't achieve anything. Well, you'll see.
Okay. There we are.
And there's those knights not getting into melee
See?
combat.
Ah, that's just so perfect. Oh, yes!
I mean, so Ben, I mean, yeah, once you get the attack rolling, like, it's pretty textbook.
You're just like, you're doing everything I say like a good player should do. Like, you're asking questions. You went to him like, sure, you've got a massive score, but can you deal with a bunch of archers? And his answer was no. And then he died. Like, and he never asked you the question, can you lure in a ball without a villager dying?
Hey.
How much food can you throw away in one villager?
Yeah, how much?
I wonder how much food that Bill brought in, or did it have a net deficit to your food? Like 50 food to build, 28 food lost in death.
I mean 28 plus... I mean, it's more of the ball than we care to admit, lads, but... but it's fine, it's fine. Oh, yeah, there's loads of crossbows back home. You just need to get a house down.
You're at the point where you're sort of insta-killing Bills on hits, aren't you?
Yeah,
Have you got a university up at this point?
No, I really struggle with my eco in this game. I don't know why, but it's just really bad.
I mean, it's possibly because you've got one wood line and...
I think that was rhetorical, Harris.
From it.
I think that was... But yeah, I mean, that's probably a how. You need to... When you... I think the rule is 5 tiles, isn't it, Harris?
I mean, I don't know much about a rule, but like, if they're spending as much time walking as they are chopping, then you're in a bad place.
Yeah, if you see like a 5 tile gap between your lumber camp and your and the wood line, build the new lumber camp. It's worth it. Although to be fair, you've got town centre against a new wood line, so like,
don't make your villagers commute work. They need to work from home.
They definitely need to work from home.
Because they gotta work.
Careful, that we could get copyrighted.
Oh, okay. Ready. That's a fair point. Okay, you've got the forward siege workshop. We love it. We love it.
Can't afford to build anything from it though.
But you've got so much gold.
This is what the market's for.
Yeah, just like you've got the resources right now. Just slam down a market.
Market doesn't come till later, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. And like your army's doing all right. It's just if you slam down a market right now, you can then just like sell some of your food because you're not really using your food. Also, like when you're getting to the point when you have 5 or 6 crossbow and like 7 things in each archery range stocked up, you need to be immediately thinking, I need another archery range. Yeah, you should only ever have more than like would you say like 3 things stacked up at any given time, Harris?
Three's about as bad. Like as soon as you see that.
Because like for example,
it's kind of a worrying on the bottom right here now where he's building up his knights.
Yeah, he's starting to build up his knights a bit more. But like for the potential payoff, you could have potentially delayed those 3 crossbowmen from each one and built 2 mangonels, and those mangonels will be rolling out like right now.
Yeah, so if you want a quick way to take off those guys from the queue, you can press Control Shift and click on the icon in the window.
Oh, see, I've always wondered how you're removed from the global queue.
Yes, and you can do that. So Control Shift and hit the global queue, and it takes them off.
So villagers, this is a big moment. You just overtook him. 69, nice, versus 67.
Yeah, and this is where you're sort of snowballing. I mean, in fairness to your opponent, he's doing the right thing, and you're sort of trying to take out the economy whilst the knights are slaughtering your.
I'm not sure. I just think that you're looking at something else at that point. To be fair.
Yeah, no, I think this is when I put my university up then, and then I flick back and I'm like, yeah, they're knights.
Yeah, knighty boys.
Well, I like the kiting away there as well.
Like, you've got the army to replace it with. But yeah, you've got so much gold now. Like a market would be so sexy.
A couple of monks.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, some monks would be
with the gold.
Yeah,
that's a great shout actually.
Yeah.
I don't honestly. I don't think that even crossed my mind during this game.
You could, with the villagers that you had, the forward villagers, build a monastery right next to your siege workshop, pick up the relic.
Yeah, you suddenly have 3 knights on your side, and your opponent would be like, what?
And then you can spam, you can resign again.
My eco balance is shocking.
You have a bit too much on gold, but as I said, that could be fixed very, very easily. The fact that you only have 14 on food is not as bad as you probably think it is. Because like, what food units are you producing?
Yeah.
like its villagers and that's it. Like, don't get me wrong, against this comp, if you're not going to build monks, I kind of would like to see some pikes.
Is he targeting that weak bit of wall that he killed, did damage to earlier with his knights?
Oh, top techers.
Top techers.
I like that. That's a pretty smart play.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's clever.
Once you kill the wall, you should go into the base rather. Yeah, okay.
He does it. He does it.
So I bet your stomach falls off right now.
Sort of, but then I've got the massive crossbow, so I just send them back, and
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean it is a bit of a slaughter, sure.
Yeah, I like this quite swingy because you're now behind again on Vils. Just a lumberjack getting in the way of all the archers there, sort of Assassin's Creed style. I'm an archer too.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
You're still you're nine villages behind now, which is a bit frustrating. But I think you're still fine. Like, build a few pikemen, build a few monks, keep building constant crossbow production, build a few mangonels, and you're back in.
I mean, none of that happens.
This has been
But the bit where you're fine happens. You have 34 crossbows. That is enough to brown. In fact, maybe you don't even need the pikes. Like, the pikes are like a nice to have, but like with that many crossbowmen, just stick them on a hill, slaughter anything.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely slaughter the pithy little army he's got. Like, oh no, oh 9 knights.
Defensive castle first, because
What's
I
that?
see knight production and I want to defend myself from raids.
Yeah, I like the defensive castle. Because it'll let you build longbowmen at home as well. I mean, it's just another
Commentary, defensive castle, great. Not certain about where you placed it. I think it would have been great. You know, you see that new town centre you've just built? On the hill just to the south of that, to protect your forward gold over there and that new town centre?
That's not a bad shout, actually.
I think that's the better place for it. Then
he picks a fairly bad fight here.
Yeah, I think it's a good fight based on... Oh, no, you're right. It's a terrible fight. I thought it was like, oh yeah, it's fine for the numbers he had, and he got good returns on it, but like, no, ultimately he lost. Yeah, you're right. You go into Imperial Age, good, we like to see it. Now, can we have some mangonels yet?
No.
Okay.
Mango what, sorry?
Mango Mels?
Threat of activation on the Siege Workshop there, isn't it?
Yeah, the most useless siege workshop that anyone's ever created.
Yes.
More like Siege, not Workshop. Yeah.
But going into the Imperial Age is really good to hear, really good to see.
Although your entire crossbowman army has just been rinsed by the knights.
It's got 23 in reserve though, so I'm not too worried about that.
Okay. Oh yeah, the reserves. Yeah, I was focusing purely on the expeditionary force. I would love to see your next castle go up next to the Siege Workshop, though.
Oh, spoilers.
Oh, I like your Exodus as well.
Little Congo line
Pilgrimage.
villagers, yeah. Oh no, but the knights!
Right into the
Oh, but the knights!
Yeah, this moment doesn't feel great.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
No!
oh, but you've just got arbs in, so I'm sure it'll make short
but
work
that's
of
a
them.
lot of villagers!
And he now is absolutely smashing me on eco.
Oh yeah, he's 40 ahead. But you're finally building the extra archery ranges, which is good. He's building a castle on on the siege workshop.
Oh, can you come forward in time to
I
deny
tried,
that?
but then he's still spamming out knights, so...
Alright, let's see what you see. Okay, you see it. Yeah, I mean, your archers couldn't hit a barn door, but...
That was awful. That was where ballistics would have just been really, really rather handy. And then once the castle goes up, you've got to get out of there.
Yeah, you've got to skedaddle.
Oh. Man, if only you had ballistics.
Yeah, but I don't think ballistics comes in for a while, actually. I think I'd struggle for the wood, because I'm just constant. Well, I could get it now, I understand that, but I think because of my archer production, I think because I queue up loads now, I'm unable to get ballistics.
Yeah. Once again, like you don't have to build that many at once. Just like keep the numbers low, and you have the Yeah, there you are. There's the ballistics money. He's finally building arch. Oh no, you're just killing those last.
Killing the
archers.
3 that were built like 30 minutes ago in game time. Chemistry? Is that going to be coming in anytime soon? Oh yes, you've got it queued up. Nice. Okay, yeah. It's perhaps slightly behind the clock on those ones, but
For sure. Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. But that's fine. You've got a castle up, so you can start bringing in trebuchets.
3 hits there on that palisade gate to bring it in.
We love to see it.
I'd quite like to see some longbowmen coming out in addition to there's another archer production building.
I don't. I mean, I'd like to see the longbowmen just because the castle is another unit production building, but I think I prefer arbs in this situation.
Yeah, I didn't go because the thing you said to me, Matt, is that obviously they're not very good on open maps.
No, and that most of the time you want arbs because I think arbs are more accurate. And you can mass them easier. Like, don't get me wrong, longbowmen aren't bad. They're just quite hard to mass, and so like, you know, it's just easier to have a big death ball of arbalists. Okay, you've got some massive armies going on.
I'm assuming this is when the Treb War's about to start.
Yes, no, I sort of think instead of walking a trebuchet all the way up, I just build a castle closer and then just build one from there.
Oh, interesting. He's actually gone for the skirms now. Yeah, that's.
Which is, I mean, it's frustrating, but like, and it does mean that like he's costing you gold, but you can beat it quite cleanly.
I think the reason he is though is because he's run out of gold himself.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. All that night production that you've melted is because he is off gold. He can't get to that.
No, he's not off gold. He's on the north line.
He's on. He's had to put. He's
but his
just
buildings are
everything
so
back.
Oh yeah, his buildings are a bit all over the place. And then the scouts. I don't know what he's thinking with the scouts. I guess he has the resources to piss this much food down the drain.
It's because of the gold issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I've got to be building something. But yeah,
and I guess he's not wrong. You build the army you can, the army that you need, not the army that you want. But like,
I don't know. Like, that's food that could have been used on something that didn't die immediately.
I mean, looking at his resources, like I kind of wish he'd just. He's still in castle. If he just builds a few mangonels, well, maybe actually no, you're Britons, aren't you? So mangonels don't actually work against you. Because you can outrange the mangonels.
So I think this is sort of beginning of the end now.
Yeah, because you're trapping down his castle.
I think him not hitting Imperial is a huge thing here.
Yeah, it's massive. He, much like you, I think if he invested into a market, his problems would be much more eased. Because he has like 12,000 wood, he could just sell all of that.
He's got a market.
Oh, well, if he actually used his market.
and you know, up to 132 villages as well, which is good commitment to builds. Not players that are much higher on the old ladder don't commit that hard to the villagers. And like, I think you can probably take these skirms up the hill, given their castle age skirms.
And you're not exactly short of gold, so.
No, I do start to struggle a little bit in a bit, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you see the gold? You don't see the gold on your flanks, unfortunately.
No.
One useful thing about building a monastery at any point in the game is that you can send your monks out to explore your flanks, and they've got massive lines of sight. Monks have huge lines of sight. So if you just send them to wander down the flanks, you can just like see the entire map, which is quite useful.
Or just send them to pick up relics, and by proxy of that, you tend to get
a lot of vision. Yeah. No,
I
agree.
Finding that extra resource.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
No.
Oh, Red! We've all been there. We've all
wanted a doubt castle.
Oh no!
And the knights can't get through as well, so the knights are just.
This is just the worst castle on every
into a choke
level.
point.
Oh no!
I think this does go up actually. This castle.
There's a real
I think you could do
300 vibe going on through that little gap.
Yeah, there is. I think you could do with a few more trebuchets.
Yeah.
Like, as a rule of thumb, you never want to attack with just one trebuchet. Like, you want, like, anywhere between 3 and 5. Because
5 if you're going for start points, 3 if you just need to get the job done.
well, no, I think arguably 5 is optimum. The more you can, the better, because like you need the attack to succeed. Because if the attack fails, you've just wasted all of that resource.
Yeah,
So
this is true. You commit hard.
Yeah, you've got to. It's like with trebuchets, it's very much I think a go ham or go home moment. It's the same with battering rams, I think.
Would you say that adding a few battering rams into the mix here just to soak up some of the shots?
I would say any siege. Any siege at all would be a really good, but rams in particular, because the skirmishers will auto attack the rams instead of your arbalestmen.
Yeah.
And that would do you a world of good.
I presume you've got your backup army coming in. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're not going to protect that trap, though, are they?
No, the treb's going to go down. Oh, is it? No, it is. It most certainly is. But it's
But
close
not-
though.
It's very close.
Oh, you see his gold though. Oh, you see his gold.
In fact, I think that's a point worth impressing upon. So you know when all of the scouts started flooding at you, that was a sign. That was your opponent signaling that they were struggling to get gold.
Yeah.
That's a very
And
good
so
shout.
focusing your pressure on his 2 exposed gold bits there would have just, if you'd built a castle on top of the gold, because a castle there would cover both the gold patches. That's probably a more effective.
Yeah.
He's actually dragged you to the left
Yeah. That's a
deliberately
great shout,
to.
isn't it?
I don't know why he's built a castle there so exposed, and oh no, he's deleted it because he realizes it was a bad play. Right, you've got a market. Sell all of your food, and buy 6 trebuchets.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I want right now. I think that play on its own wins you the game.
Yeah.
Man, there's about 10 knights that attacked you there, and one of them got 1 hit in.
Yeah. Also, potentially something to deal with the skirmishers. Like you can either build light cavalry. I'd probably, despite the range differential, I'd probably still just go for mangonels or onagers.
So yeah, I think market use is a really important thing to think about here as well.
Yeah. Make sure you've got a market hotkey and hammer it regularly. That's something that really I had to drill myself to do. Oh my god, you're slaughtering those villagers.
Slaughter, isn't it?
Slaughter them like dogs. Oh my lord. Oh my god, they're queuing up to be murdered! Oh my lord, you cut his numbers to nearly parity. Build some villagers, Ben, please.
No. I don't build villages.
You've got so much food, you could build them for no cost.
I don't build villages.
That's okay, I'm not here to tell you what
Never
to
get
do.
to 100 villages. That's too much.
Too
You
many.
can't have the
What are we
majority
gonna
of
do
your
with the
units be
army?
army. Yeah, if you can't have the majority of your units be army, then what's the point? Oh, look at all those feudal age skirms coming in on the queue, Ben.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's just to use some of the food that I don't spend on villagers.
Yeah, I think there are better ways to
We
spend
get it,
that.
Matt.
I'm just saying there are better ways to spend that. I mean, for starters, he's not building archers. Like,
It's trash, mate.
yeah, but like you could have built like 10 stables with your resources and just pumped out like cavalry till the
I mean, this is all
cows
great
come home.
feedback.
Do what cavalry upgrades do Britons get?
Full tree, but no hussar.
Yeah,
No, and no paladin. So full
And
upgrades.
no bloodlines either.
Full,
So they're really
full,
bad.
Blacksmith upgrades.
Yeah, full blacksmith upgrades though. They're like
What's he
pretty
doing
bad
here?
at cavalry. Oh yeah, this is bizarre. I think he wants to dump a castle on this hill. He has this habit of sending his villagers, castle building villagers, with his army, and not waiting for his army to actually finish.
Yeah.
But I've noticed he's done it 3 times now. I mean, it works about as well as you'd expect.
So if you go to the did you miss the slaughter at the north of his?
Oh god! Oh my god! I'm catching it.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
Jesus!
Yes.
Wow! You've overtaken him again.
And the GG is called.
Yep.
Well, I think that's a terrific recovery of from a position of
Absolutely.
horrible start.
Yeah,
but
and
you didn't let it phase you.
for all of my my whining, like honestly, you did like strategically speaking, you did the right thing. Like you identified that you put there was an economic difference between you two. You noticed that he wasn't building military, so you just pressed him. You forced him to come up with answers, and he consistently kept making the wrong decisions. And you just you took your luck as far as you could take you. Like if you're behind, you kind of have to make your own luck. Because if you're behind and then you play equally after that point, you're going to lose. So you have to make your own luck. And in that game, you make your own luck by building a bloody great big army and just flattening him.
Yeah.
So I think strategically speaking, your head's in the right place.
Just some dribbles around the edges.
I just think what you're doing at the moment in the game is get to a certain point in game, do one thing. And hope you can do that one thing better than the opponent can do their thing. Which is fine. To be honest, that will probably get you to 1k elo. Like so long as you can competently and professionally execute the one thing and do the one thing well, then that'll get you to 1000 elo. But you need to also be thinking about what other things can I be doing, like siege, or like just juggling around your resources, or whether you need to diversify your army a little bit.
But there's a point where kind of practicing a few games where you sort of do the one thing turns that one thing into like sort of a rote mechanical action that you can then start layering in all the other strategy stuff on top of.
And that's very true. Right now, you're just practicing to do the one thing really well, right? And like that's not a bad place to be. Like this is a good place to start. Like clean up your start, get your archery. Like your archery rangers were actually down fairly early. I mean, he attacked them, which slowed them a little bit, but like your archery rangers were down pretty early, your blacksmith were down pretty early. You got fletching, he didn't. Like, I think just like clean up your start a little bit, and with the things that you've learned this game, like there are a few things that you didn't even know were possible or relevant, and like now you do.
And also, I want to highlight that is a really bad start for me.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, and I have to admit, seeing you play other games, that is not representative.
Ready.
But know that you can win off the back of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think you can be proud of that, Ben. I think you can be proud of that, and hold your head up high.
Thanks, man. Cool. So that's that. Another recording in.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining us, everyone, and thank you very much.
Can I sell out?
Yeah, go for it.
If you are watching, can you follow our Twitter, please?
You make me
at
sick.
Siege Rhino TSR.
Siege Rhino TSR. Excellent.
And don't forget, to like and subscribe.
I was just thinking, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it? Yeah.
There you go. Sellout achieved.
We got a Patreon. We don't have a Patreon.
Why don't you say please like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe now.
Yeah, that feels better. Add the imperative. But yeah, absolutely. Do like, do subscribe. We appreciate all 2 of them we get. And and we'll see you next time. Until then, cheerio.